Hello guys, it's Chums here doing another Beyblade unboxing. So we have the newest Beyblade X release, a UX starter with SilverWolf 380 Freeball. So, very interesting release. The first time we're really seeing gimmicks back in Beyblade, like real gimmicks, so very interesting. Apparently the owner here is supposed to be the, I guess, trainer of X-Cross, one of the main characters, so interesting. But yeah, you can see all the parts here. The launcher and whatnot. So yeah, very interesting. I know I'm just gonna go ahead and open this bay up so we could check it out because I'm very curious about this one for sure. Alright, everything out of the box now. So first up, instructions and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, then we have the launcher. So here is the launcher for SilverWolf, and you can kind of tell it's a bit unique. Of course, the prongs here and the ripcord are both silver, so they have been doing these sort of themed launchers for all the starters I've noticed since really Leon Claw, honestly. So that's really cool. So hopefully they keep that up. Just a nice detail to have. So now moving on to the actual bay here. We'll start with the Reg because it's a little bit uninteresting. That is 380. So 380. Go ahead and fix that. Transparent in the center, translucent black on the outside. I kind of would have preferred to see something like 980 here, but maybe that doesn't work the best as with a stamina bay, but whatever. I know it's just an old part, so I'm not overly excited to see it, but it pairs well enough. It's a cool color, so I could let it slide, I guess, but yeah. So there is 380. Moving on to the bit. So this is something I actually want to talk about a little bit, because this is Freeball. So Freeball is a weird bit. I've seen some misconceptions on Freeball as well. And, yeah, I figure, talk a little bit about that. But, yeah, it's basically just ball to a large extent. But, yeah, so the misconception is that this is a free spinning bit. It is kind of, but also isn't. So there is nothing on this bit that spins. Nothing at all. Nothing up here like I thought there was going to be. Nothing here or even lower. So you might be wondering, what does this do? So you can actually see here, there's this spot here which is like abnormally thin. This is kind of how the gimmick works. And I will show you later after the bay is all put together. But yeah, basically it uses the ratchet to get a sort of free spin effect. Again, I'll show that later. But for now, yeah, the bit, it does have a gimmick, but it isn't what you might have thought. Moving on to the actual blade itself, we have SilverWolf. Very nice looking blade. I don't like the gear chip sticker all too much. I'm not going to lie, I don't like the more animal-based gear chip stickers all too much. They look kind of like sports mascots to me. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know, I'm not big into them. Anyway. Stamina blade, of course. This is sort of a Wolborg recreation, by the way. But yeah, here it is, and the underneath looks like this. It does have a gimmick, which is crazy, but yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, this is a stamina type, kind of rigid for a stamina type, at least a little bit. Nothing horrible, but yeah, feels more like a defense blade to me, especially from this side. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but anyway. Yeah, the gimmick here is that this has a free spinning ridge on the outside of the blade. It's basically, if you've seen Tornado Wyvern from Beyblade Burst, it's a lot like that. Definitely an interesting gimmick to have as our first blade gimmick, but it is what it is, I guess. So yeah, still cool nonetheless. Honestly, I'm just excited to see gimmicks back in Beyblade. It's been a while. I know we don't usually see them, and we're actually on pretty good pace so far for getting like our first gimmick already, but when Burst ended, X came out like very quickly after, and I feel like it was a little bit jarring. So seeing gimmicks back is just great to see. Anyway, let's go and do part weights now, see how heavy everything is. So go ahead and put that there. Always harder to see, unfortunately, but you can kind of hopefully see it. I'll read it out just in case. But first up here, 380 is 6.94. Freeball should be fairly light, I think. Yeah. 1.94, and then the SilverWolf blade is going to be 36.96, actually decently heavy, especially for a stamina blade, so yeah. Putting this all together, we have 45.86, so actually quite heavy. So moving on, so I'm going to put this bay together, and I'll show you how the gimmick is supposed to work with free ball. That there, and then free ball goes in like that. So here's the full bay though. SilverWolf 380 free ball. And so now normally with UX bays, of course the top part doesn't spin here. So when you usually move the bit around, you kind of feel like a bit of resistance at points, and this doesn't have that. You just move it. There is no resistance or anything, none at all. It just moves. That is because of this part right here being smaller and smooth. It allows you to just do this, and it sort of gives a kind of a free spin effect. So I don't know if this, I'd say it's as effective as like what I thought it was going to be, but it still does work, and it is different for sure. So it is something better than just kind of being a regular bit, I guess. So you can definitely see me moving that around, which is pretty cool, I would say. So yeah, SilverWolf. What do I think about this bay overall, though? So, well, first, bay to actually have gimmicks. The bait gimmick isn't anything too crazy. I mean, it is a unique idea, but it's not like a proper free spin bit, if that makes sense. It has its own idea, though, which is cool. But yeah, this is our first time we're getting an actual UX blade with, like, legitimate gimmicks, which is crazy. I didn't think they were going to do it, so glad to be wrong on that. As far as my rating of this thing goes, for kind of conceptual design, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think it is just great. 380 Paris wall here, free ball. Not what I was expecting, but I'm still happy with what we got. And SilverWolf, very cool, has an actual gimmick. I almost want to give this thing a 10, but like, I think that's unfair. I'm just hyped up about getting an actual gimmick. But the fact that it has a gimmick, though, I definitely have to bring up my score. It is the first to do it, so I think it's fair to give it a fairly high score because of that. So yeah, now as far as the physical design of SilverWolf goes, what do I think about that? I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Again, I'm not big on this gear chip design personally. The blade itself looks really good. I like the color scheme a lot on the blade as well. Ratchet pairs well, both physically and in terms of the the color scheme. Freeball, it looks fine physically, but the color though, it's kind of this pale yellow. I don't think this matches. Look, Takatomi, we're already over a year into Beyblade X. We can stop with the whole thing where bits have to be color coded to their type. Can we stop that? It's kind of getting annoying. I feel like multiple bays have been worse for that. I think a silver bit here would have looked amazing. Or teal. I'd take teal, but I think silver would have looked really good here. But yeah, we don't need to keep doing that. It's past time to stop with that. So had this thing had a better bit and maybe a bit better of a gear chip design, I actually would have probably given this thing like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 for design, but I'm going to settle with the 7 because I still do like it overall. And aside from the bit, I think, yeah, the color scheme is amazing here. It's just that really hurts it. And again, I don't really care for the gear chip design, so I'll just give it a 7. I think it's still good. But yeah, that's everything for today. That's SilverWolf. Pretty cool Bey. Very nice to just see gimmicks back in Beyblade X. Well, just back in Beyblade in some form. So, of course, we're going to start off kind of slow, which is fine. But just getting anything, any moving parts on the blade, it's just great to see. Yeah, that's going to be it for Beyblade this month. For Beyblade unboxings, I'm not getting the double extreme set or whatever. I might get that in like a couple months, but not now. We'll see how the price goes on that. If it stays as is, I'm probably just going to order Bear Scratch separately because I don't really care about that too much aside from Bear Scratch. And then, but hey, early next month though, we have a lot coming out. So early next month, yeah, quite a few unboxings. That'll be fun. But until then, that's it. So yeah, SilverWolf, pretty cool release. Very excited to actually see gimmicks back. But yeah, anyways, yeah, thanks for watching and bye bye.